Hi, Jasco here for another installment of Easy Guitar Activities. So today's lesson is a little bit out of sync with the rest of the lessons. I'm assuming that you can switch chords fluently enough to already play tunes. But this is a special request for a friend. So this is a picking style we're going to work on picking patterns that I'll use when I'm trying to imitate what I hear piano players play on like pop ballads. So a lot of times what I hear is, like a song like Imagine maybe, or Let It Be. You hear the piano players playing the low and high notes and then the middle notes. Low, high, middle, switching, that type of thing. So to get that vibe on guitar instead of just strumming, or let's take the song Let It Be for example. So if I was just to play that, I could strum the chords. And it sounds just fine. But if I want to catch more of the vibe of what the piano player would be doing on something like that, what I'll do is I'll do the same type of thing. I'll try to do the low and high notes and then the middle notes. So when I'm doing this, let's take a C chord for example. I'm not really being too methodical or scientific about it. I'm just playing the low note and then maybe one high note, maybe two high notes at the same time. Then I'll play one of the inside notes. So maybe I play the A string and the B and the high E together. And then maybe I'll play the G as the middle note. Or maybe I just play the low and high strings, the A and the high E. And then I'll put two middle notes, maybe the D and the G. When I'm doing this, I'm using my thumb and ring finger for the high notes and index and middle for the middle notes. And we'll do a close-up of my picking hand. Or if I'm playing, like I said at first, if I'm playing three notes, then I'd be using those three fingers, thumb, middle, and ring finger, and then just playing a single note with my index finger. So if you're brand new to doing picking patterns, you might want to pick one specific way and work on it. But if you've played some finger picking things before, it should be pretty easy to just do outside notes, inside notes. The thing that you've got to be aware of is when you change chords, different chords have different strings that you're strumming. So, on a C chord, I've got 5 strings I'm strumming. So if I'm doing the A, B, and high E as my low and high notes, I've got the D or the G as my middle note. If I move to an F chord, I've only got 4 strings I'm strumming. So then if I'm doing 3 notes to start with, I'd be doing the D, the B, and the high E string. Then I'd only have the G as my middle note. Or if I was doing 2 notes, the D and the high E string. Then I could strum the G and the B as my middle notes, or pluck I guess instead of strum. If I do a chord like G, that gives me more options. I've got 6 strings, so I could get 2 high notes and 2 middle strings. In this case I'm getting the D and G as the middle strings. I could get the G and B as the middle strings. So what I would do if you're new to this is try one chord at first. Just pick whatever chord you're going to do and practice doing that. Then pick 2 chords, try to switch between them, and then eventually take like a 3 or 4 chord song, something pretty easy, and try to play the song. So here's some close-ups of my picking hand. If I'm playing a C chord, I've got 5 strings there. I could play A and high E, and then I'm playing G and B. I could play A, B, and high E strings, and then maybe just the G, or maybe just the D. If I'm doing an F chord, I've got 4 strings, so maybe I'm playing the D and the high E strings, and then I'm playing the G and the B strings, or maybe I'm playing the D, B, and high E string, and then just the G. On a G chord, I've got 6 strings, so I could do low E and high E, and then maybe D and G. Or I could do low E, B, and high E, and then just the D string or just the G.